Welcome back again to the Don't Look Back Network and part 8 of our playthrough of Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Okay, so if you remember from the end of part 7, we've just arrived in the chancel. Chancel, I don't know what that means, but before we move forward here, I actually want to back up. It's really bothering me that there was a hatch in the ceiling back there with gears moving in it, and that has to mean something. There has to be something we could do with that. It probably has to do with those two levers we could pull up at the top. So let's go poke around in that for just a second. What the hell?
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Psychological warfare. Alexander, you might be an asshole, but you're not stupid.
Was there something else? Why me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Weyer. You never heard of Johann Weyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world has forgotten?
That's interesting. There's 3 gears, but only one of them is turning. Oh, there was a... Wait a minute. There was an interaction icon.
Weyer was my people.
Oh, there we go.
My people. Yes, I do take pride in that. Is it so wrong?
Oh, so Johann Weyer was a student of Agrippa. Let's go back up and let's go out back up here and yank on those levers again. I bet that got those working. Probably gets those two big doors in Agrippa's room up. Hopefully leading to the fire in the transept where the orb pieces are. Where was that at? Where are those damn switches? Down here? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. I bet that got those doors up.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Okay, Alexander. Man, those are some big spiders. Holy shit. Did I get those doors up?
Good to see you. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Alright. Let's go. What we got? This way, or... So that's the transept. What was this way? What we got in here? A well? Oh. So we gotta... Probably need to find a bucket, put on that, send it down for some reason. Oh shit, really? It's one of those damn invisible assholes down there. I heard it splashing around. I guess we'll start with the transept. The choir must be the one on the other side. a very well designed. I love the design of the whole castle in general.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me, Orland! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
Alexander, so clinical. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Man, that's fucked up. Oh god. Recreated the torture sound. Yeah, Daniel, I bet you are going nuts. I can listen to that shit. What do we got here? Oh, it's an orb piece. Why was that just hanging out in a closet? Alright, whatever. I'll take it. Well, didn't you say there was 6 of these? So there should be 3 in this section, and 3 in the,
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
another orb piece?
No, please! Do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! Do anything! I'm innocent!
This is super disturbing. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. Man, that is fucked up. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Jesus Christ. Drawing and quartering this guy? Wait. No, that's got a name where they hang a dude upside down. Saw him in half vertically. I can't think of the name of it. Here's the orb piece. There we go. rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with the blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Blood needs a vessel. What does that mean? Wait, we have a jar. I mean, there's like ropes all over the place here. I don't know how to... Missed something in one of the other rooms? Maybe it's upstairs. In that big staircase. Up there, right quick.
What happened to her?
Alright, what's up here? Nothing. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victim before proceeding. Even the most timid creatures can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I'm after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, to proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fears simply by imagining. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. Okay. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them. A demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Okay, so Alexander isn't doing this to extend his own life. He's trying to get back to whatever dimension he came from, I guess? Oh, I bet that's what we can use to get the... Yes! Let's go get the blood out of that. Fucking whatever. Which door was that? This one? Alright, on to the choir. Yes, because I think we're done in here. That's fine.
Dad, good to see you. You seem to have found all the ore pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest.
In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place. Willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged but not by time, but by anguish. Wyatt taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is, and has been for centuries, my only link to the worlds beyond. Wyatt claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of, I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wyatt told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and Tamter. I don't know what that is. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for the sort. I should be then able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Well, we have the blood in the jar. Tamter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it is a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Karen, I don't know what that is. But I bet that's the that invisible water thing. Oh god, don't tell me where to go run down one of those fuckers. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Well, there was a well back there, but it didn't have a bucket. Whatever. Alright. We've just arrived in the choir. We have 3 of the 6 orb pieces, and 1 of the ingredients needed for the potion to release Agrippa from the body that Alexander is trapped in. I'm going to end this part right here, but we'll be back in part 9 for the orb pieces in the choir and the rest of the Agrippa's tonic very soon in part 9. So join us for that. Thank you for watching as usual, and peace, y'all.